Do you remember the old Sesame Street episodes where they'd say today's sponsor is the letter whatever? Do you remember that? Am I dating myself? Well, today's video is sponsored by the letter C. Not literally, but sometimes just I inadvertently end up with products by the same thing. And we got Clinique and Charlotte Tilbury today in today's video. So there's some big C's for you. We are going to do that today with me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty editor who has spent more than 20 years, well over 20 years in the trenches with some of the biggest names in makeup, in beauty, in fashion, writing for them, following them around, shadowing them, ghostwriting for them, interviewing them, and watching them work. And that has enabled me to bring not fit for print beauty right here to YouTube, so you have a sort of digital beauty magazine to look through every day or so here on YouTube. Okay, let's get into it. As I said, the letter C is our unlikely letter of the day here. We're going to be looking and doing a wear test. I'm in the middle of that wear test on the Clinique Even Better Clinical Vitamin Makeup. This has been out for a few weeks, but I somehow neglected it and let it fall through the cracks. So I did pick it up. It's an interesting one, especially on shade choice, but we will talk all about it as we get into the video and getting into the wear test as well, and the application and demo. And the rest of this video is going to be devoted to my friend and yours, Charlotte Tilbury. She has got a few things out. First of all, she just released today on her app the new Airbrush Flawless Lip Blur. So I picked up a few shades of that. I picked up like Walk of No Shame. Why did they change that? Walk of Shame is so much better. Walk of No Shame, and I picked up Pillow Talk, and those are going to be coming to you soon, but they just released those today. It's like a matte liquid lip, I think. So we'll try those out. But that was just released today at time of filming, not when you're seeing this. But what we're going to deal with mostly is this kind of face and lip contour. And there's a few things we're going to look at. Number one, the Super Nudes. We're going to look at the Lip Cheat Contour Duo. That's $26. There's 4 different shades. We'll talk more about them when we get to them in the demo. We're going to be looking at the new shade addition to the Big Lip Plumpgasm in Nudegasm Diamonds for $35. Just a shade addition. But we are wearing it right now because I've done it. And then we're going to briefly touch on, I'll tell you why briefly, the re-release of the Nudegasm Face Palette for $75. I have been on YouTube at this point so long that I actually reviewed this when it first came out. And so at the very end of this video, there'll be a little linky link that you can click on. And you can see my original first impressions on this if it's new to you. But I am going to have a quick demo playing in the background somewhere in this video of me applying it because I am wearing it today. And we are celebrating the re-release of this much loved palette, Nudegasm Face Palette from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm even using it on the eyes. All right, we are going to head into the demo now, play with all these things, and check them out. We'll see where we go. All right, stay right there. Getting the alphabet train rolling with the letter C, as it clearly states right here. So I got nothing on my face. I did just apply my skincare. You know, I'm working with the Guerlain, and that is on, but that's it. And we're going to try this Clinique Even Better Clinical Vitamin Makeup with SPF 45. It's physical sunscreen, so that's like a chemical sunscreen. All sunscreens are actually chemical, but you know, chemical, mineral. And the chemical sunscreen plays better with ingredients in foundations, so that's generally what you find. Not all the time. You know, and also mineral sunscreen can have a flashback. To be entirely honest with you, I'm one of these people, and many of you agree with me. Some of you feel, give me all the SPF, I'll take more. And others of us feel like I do, which is just like, let me put on my own sunscreen, please. But to be honest with you, it's like a nice thickening agent. And if you go through a little extra step, then you can claim that it has SPF in marketing. Because you're never going to get all 45 SPF. You know, you'd have to apply so much of it. So it's a little bit of a marketing gimmick. And the sunscreen in there kind of works. I don't know if it thickens it. I'm hardly a makeup chemist. But, you know, like it does something for it. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, 28 shades, light coverage. 12 hours wear. I'm going to be able to give this a really nice long test for actually longer than 12 hours. So we'll get to see it. It's good for all skin types, but especially for dry skin. So those of you with more oily skin or an oily T-zone might want to look out. I will be testing it without powders because we all use different powders, no setting spray. And my only priming is my Guerlain skincare that I just put on. 28 shades, really hard to find a shade because it's light coverage. I got light cool 3. I'm really a light medium. But when there's fair, sometimes my light medium moves down to light, you know? And cool, I don't know if I'm cool or I'm so neutral. Cool, warm, it's a toss-up. Sometimes in Charlotte Tilbury, who we're going to talk about in a few minutes, I'm warm, actually. This one, I just went with cool. I used the pictures of the models, but I knew we were going to be also, I'm going to be kind of talking about the Nudegasm, and I thought I could warm up my face with it. Anyway, there's all my crazy thinking. Let's see how this works. We'll do one side. Oh, it's very cool. We'll do one side of the face first. We should be okay because it's such light coverage and I can really bronze it. But, oh, it's light. When they say vitamin makeup, doesn't it make you think of that Bobbi Brown stuff? But face product, which I really like. You know what? It's so light that it is a little cool for me, but I'm not hating it. You know, we're only on one side of the face. I think you could definitely tell that I'm more neutral than cool, but it's going to all even out. Let's do a second layer. I'm shedding hair here. Okay, let's do a second layer. I'm growing my hair out, you know, you guys, and everyone is commenting that it's growing really quickly, which is the good thing about my hair is it grows about 1 inch a month. Comment down below if you have hair that grows really fast too on your head. So I'm going to prepare yourselves for it to be back a lot because I'm going to go through an awkward phase where it's right here, which is like such an awful length for me, you know, and we're almost getting there. So just be prepared. We're going to have quite a few months of that on this channel. But I did just invest in terms of upcoming videos, guys, I did just invest in that new GHD waver, the mermaid waver. Not waver like a signed form, but it makes waves in your hair. Okay. Well, that's pretty. Yeah, I can see how they say if you have oily skin, it might be a bit of a nemesis or you can just powder the heck out of it. But it does have a really nice glowy finish to it, doesn't it? All right, let me speed this up and do the other side, and then we'll see what you think. All right, what do we think? It's definitely a little too cool for me, but I think I can pull it off because I'm going to bronze in just a moment here. So what I'm going to do is I think I will put a little bit of color corrector just here and here, just because that's so deep, dark pits of despair on me. And that doesn't do any favors to our friends over at Clinique. This does not promise to be a concealer in any way. And then we'll just kind of let the wear test go. I am going to leave the house, so we won't have the longest wear test until I edit, and then I'll let you know, and I'll try to remember to take some photos. Will Rebecca remember? Maybe my staff can remind me. All right, so let's start the wear test. I'm going to do some things around the house, and we'll come back and check in a few hours. I'll do my eyebrows and stuff, and then we'll talk about the Nudegasm face palette too, which has been re-released, and we'll play with these lip shades, so stay right there. Okay, it's been 3 hours, and we're about to do a 3-hour check-in, but let me tell you what's happening. Maybe even sped up, but on the other side of the screen, you're going to see me working with the newly released Nudegasm face palette. Now, I guess I'm a veteran now on YouTube, so I reviewed this when it first came out, and I will put that review at the end of this video, but I am using it here. It has been re-released. It's extraordinarily popular, so I'll just show it to you there, and when we come back, I will be wearing it. Voila. Okay, so it's been 3 hours. Let me tell you what I did. As I promised or threatened, I put a little bit of color corrector, Kosas to be exact. Everything is down below, listed in the description bar. And you know, where I can, I try to put the new products we're really featuring up here in YouTube shopping where I can. I don't know about the new Charlotte products. They might not be with a YouTube partner yet, but we'll see. Okay, so I put a little bit of that here and here and around, just right here under the nose. I haven't done it anywhere else. No powder and nothing. Looking really good, albeit a bit glowy, which I find really interesting. 3 hours in, not settling into pores or anything though. It's definitely blurring. I will get pores on the T-zone, and it's definitely blurring there and looks nice. Not settling into lines, which if it were going to do, it would do at 3 hours for sure. Though I am going to put on a little bit, well, you see me doing it now, of the, just a little bit of the Nudegasm face palette. And, you know, I will let this go and let you know at the end of the video how it wore. But it's looking great already. Very nice, albeit, yes, a little bit shiny. It would really play well with powder. How do you know, Rebecca? I can tell. I don't know. Call it call it experience, whatever. This would powder really nicely. And normally I would powder under the eyes and in the T-zone, but I haven't, and it actually really isn't needing it yet. So it's not even creasing on the eyes. You know, I ran it up on the eyelids, and it's not even creasing on the eyelids. So far, really nice. Tad bit sticky feeling though. So if you don't like that, it doesn't bother me. It just feels like a moisturizer. But if it bothers you, you'll want to powder the whole face, and this would, I promise you, it would take it really, really well. I'm going to kind of get rid of that feeling now because, well, over there, as you see, or whichever side I have it on, I am putting on the Nudegasm face palette, and that's powder. So I'm taking care of that anyway. To me, the powder makeup is like putting on a powder. I don't know if you've ever thought of it that way, but if you are kind of don't like all those layers and powders like me, then maybe that would work for you. Okay, we're going to come back now, and we're going to play with the Charlotte Tilbury lip. We got to talk about all these super nudes. I'm putting on the face contour, or have been as you watched, but I am going to put on the lip contour right now. Okay, don't forget that my longer exploration of this re-released $75 Nudegasm face palette will be at the end of this video, because I reviewed this when it first came out. And I remember at the time, I'm really enjoying it now. It's fun to revisit these. At the time, I think that review, I said I didn't quite like it as much as some of her other face palettes, which I think still stands actually. But I do like it. And, you know, you saw me add in putting it on the eyes, which I did here. Don't threaten me with face palette if I can't use it on the whole face, right? So check that out after this video. It will be linked, okay, in the exit part of this video. Okay, let's play with these new super nude lip contours. So we've got three things to play with here. First of all, we have the brand new Big Lip Plumpgasm, which has existed before, but this is the new shade Nudegasm Diamonds for $35. I actually like this. I have these in the other shades that she released them in. What was it, like Pillow Talk and stuff? I do use them. They're a little tingly, but I don't find them uncomfortable at all, and I'm the first one to find that tingling uncomfortable. I don't mind it. I think they wear really pretty, and I don't think they ever got enough credit. So I'm looking forward to trying this new kind of golden shade. And then we got 4 different shades in this lip cheat contour. So Charlotte Tilbury is famous for her pencils. She's been redoing them. We used to love those Rock and Coal eye pencils, and I did a review previously of the Rock and Coal eye pencils, which she's redone. But now she's starting to redo these lip contours. And you know, for a while there, she was doing double-sided eye contours that had like almost like a highlighter shade on one side. Remember that? There was like a champagne and black. And okay, so this is bringing back that double side, but for lips. There are 4 shades. I bought fair and medium, but there's two darker. And each side has a sculpt shade and a fill shade. So the darker side of each is what we're going to call the sculpt shade, and then the lighter is the fill shade. Frankly, use them however the heck you want. There shouldn't be rules. It's just makeup. But basically what you're kind of supposed to do is line or overline a little bit and kind of blend ombre, and then like fill in, and then they're, you know, in their press and marketing, they're putting this brand new Nudegasm Diamonds over the top. God, I just used the word Nudegasm like it ain't no thing. And I have to tell you, when she first came out with it, I was like, oh, how many times do I have to say that? I'm so used to it now. Okay, so the deeper shade, I don't know if the fair is too fair for me. Here's the deeper shade of the fair, and here's the deeper shade. So this is the sculpt shade of the medium. Boy, what a jump, huh? And then the lighter, the fill shade, I'll put it next to it. There's the fill, there's the sculpt and the fill of the light, very pink. And then the fill of this one, wow, that's the fill? Okay, so much darker, big jump. Pink, brown, but it's supposed to be very 90s, right? So which one should we use? Well, let's try both. And then I'll just go, I don't know how easy it's going to be to get this off, but let's try it. And then I'll only put the Plumpgasm over the darker. Let's just try it together. I'll speed it up just so you're not bored. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to take the darker side, or the sculpt side, and I'm going to line the lips, and we'll blend it a little bit, okay? Ooh, that's very light, isn't it? It's pretty though. And then I'm going to kind of, I have an eyeshadow brush because I kind of like using eyeshadow pencil brushes on lips, but this is so light it blended out. And then we're going to flip it to the lighter shade of the fair and fill in. and see what you guys think. This is definitely fair. A little bit maybe too fair for me, maybe a little too pink, but it's pretty. It doesn't really go with this look, so I'm glad actually we're going to use the medium for this look. But that's pretty. For me, this isn't, I don't know if it's necessarily providing the effect in this shade that Charlotte wanted us to have, or the brand Charlotte Tilbury wanted us to have. I think it works, but this would be more of just like a liner for me, and I'm fine with that. I love liners with gloss over it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub this off, and then we're going to do our final look. I think I am more the medium, or I think it might provide that more lipped contour look with the medium for me, and we'll go ahead and we'll put the big lip Plumpgasm. Honestly, Plumpgasm, Nudegasm diamonds over it. All right, so stay right there. I went ahead and scrubbed it off, and just to show you, I was able to get it off my hands pretty easily. So this isn't going to be like indelible like her eye hands, but you wouldn't expect that from a lip shade. I'm just letting you know, it did come off. I had to use a little bit of pressure, but it came off. Do with that information what you will. Okay, so I got to make sure I have the darker side. We just tried the fair. Here's the medium, the darker side. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up while I line. Okay, I'm glad I sped you up because I was able to kind of concentrate a little better. If not, I get to talking. Yes, I overlined. I know you're like, you did? I have thin lips. I know. Okay. But I also put it in the center a little bit, not the center, but I also did it inside of the line, I should say, a little bit too. And then I'm just kind of blurring it out. That's how you're supposed to do this. Then we gotta, the lighter side, you gotta pay attention because it's kind of, well, if you're me anyway. And now I'm going to fill. So let's go ahead and do that. Not a lot to fill on my lips. I know. Okay, this is, much more of that 90s lip that we didn't get with the pink because the pink is so fair for me. But if you have fairer skin, I should say, that would be great. For me, those fair shades are just going to be your average pink liner. But this is much more the 90s kind of contoured lip that Charlotte spoke of, or the brand speaks of in their marketing with this product. So that is more, so go a little bit darker if you're wondering, okay? And now we're going to go ahead and apply. I know all about this big lip Plumpgasm. I've reminded myself how ridiculous that name is. Stop, Charlotte, stop. But let's see, this Nudegasm Diamonds is kind of a pretty sparkly. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Sorry, got a lot of product to surprise myself. I don't know what I think because in the other selections of this, they have kind of a pinky cast to them because I remember I got the Pillow Talk and like one other, so I think that was all they released. So this one is very clear and very golden, but really nice with the Nudegasm face palette that I have on. So no complaints there. And it's got some like reflective little flecks in it. Let me zoom you in and move my lips around a little bit. So it's very pretty, very cooling. This has more of a tingling cool, nothing painful. More of a tingling cool than I remember the others having, but I did sure put on a lot, didn't I? I really glooped off the doe foot. So it's, yeah, it feels almost like I've got spearmint. The way spearmint feels in your mouth, this feels on the lips. It's not, doesn't hurt or anything. But if that would annoy you, please be aware. And I don't remember that much of a cooling sensation with the others. I don't know. But it is, let me just do a little recap here. It is basically just clear with some little sparklies. And for 35 bucks, you know, I mean, you know, if you're pinching pennies, and aren't we all these days? I don't know that this is critical. I actually like the other shades better. And I think the other shades are really plumping and really nice. This one I think is maybe letting down the team a little bit. It's sure pretty. And if you like the others and you'll use that, go for it. My Nudegasm face palette review will be after this, the original one I did, which I do remember saying I didn't like it as much as some of her others, but I do like it. It's really pretty, and I like it on the eyes too. Ties the whole look together, all right? So think about that. Are these gimmicky? No, I think if you get the right shade of this lip cheek contour, it does indeed succeed at doing what she said. It's just that if you're getting the wrong shade match here, you're not going to get it. In the fair, it's literally just a lip liner, right? So I think that they do work if you get the right shade of it. Very nice. Now, as for the Clinique Even Better Clinical Vitamin Makeup, I am going to wear this the rest of the day. So right here, I'm going to put down how long I wore it and how it did. It's only supposed to be 12-hour coverage, which is a big promise actually for light, kind of dewy makeup like this. But I'll tell you how long I wore it. I should be able to get 12 hours. And I'll tell you how it lasted. And if I remember, and who knows, honestly, I will try to take a photo as well. There you go. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of this. It's not just what I say. Did you pick up the Clinique? That's relatively new. Not incredibly new, but relatively new. So let me know on that. And let me know what you think about all of these products from Charlotte and Clinique and our letter of the day, which is C. Let me know down below. Make sure that you join me over on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, all that good stuff. Join our membership right here on YouTube. We have weekly lives for members. It's a lot of fun. That info is down below. We'd love to see you there. Make sure you subscribe. All of these darn requests. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.